Hi, my name is Kate Hudson Hall. I am an author, therapist and podcaster. My new book has been released called Anxiety Hacks, with proven techniques, tools and tips to calmness. So if you suffer from generalized anxiety, panic attacks or feel abnormally anxious about certain things, within Anxiety Hacks I show you how you can overcome these conditions successfully and enjoy a healthy and carefree life. My website is katehudson-hall.com. Anxiety Hacks is available now on Amazon.
Hey there, this is indie artist Shanbray Price, and I rock with Queen Silvy on the Queen Silvy Show. Bye, y'all.
Good laugh, good vibe, that's for sure. Get smooth with Tim, get smooth with Tim. They have you rolling like you popped the pill. Once you hear the show, you ain't gonna want it to end. Get creative with the sounds you can make with your mouth. Reaching all over the world, Queen Silvy in the house. Award-winning show, but the #1 spot, look out. It's the Queen Silvy Show, 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 it's the Queen Silvy Show.
Hi, this is Joe Mass. You are listening to the Queen Silvy Show. You are now part of the royalty.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live, it's time for the silky smooth sounds of Smooth Tim and Her Majesty herself, Queen Silvy.
Hey, it is Smooth Tim, and thank you so much for dropping by and spending another Tuesday with us on the multiple award-winning Queen Silvy Show. It is now my esteemed pleasure to bring to you the sexiest granny in the world, the Queen herself, Queen Silvy.
Yes, it is me, Queen Silvy, on this terrific Tuesday, the multiple award-winning, the Queen Silvy Show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this great world today. Ooh, Smooth, how are you today?
I'm doing terrific on this Tuesday, Queen. Might I ask, how are you doing?
Well, as always, I'm supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious, I suppose. It's 24/7, 365. Queen Silvy, you're just simply...
I know. Amazing. Double true that, yes. I am amazing, but you are amazing, Smooth. You are amazing. We have an amazing guest as well as some announcements, don't we?
Absolutely. As always, our hearts and prayers are going out around the world. There's still things going on, sea to sea and internationally and domestically. Hey, it's just the world we live in right now. And if we could just all come together as a cohesive unit, we might get a whole lot
Chill
more
out.
done. You might be shocked. Yeah, really. In any event, hey, if you missed our last week's Queen Silvy show, and or if you didn't catch Tim's tidbits, and or you didn't get the Now You Know show from last week, that was really good last week too.
Always.
So what you really want to do is get yourself over to YouTube and get onto the Queen Silvy channel, where you can catch up with all 3 of our shows. So when you're at YouTube, type in The Queen Silvy Show, and you'll get the results of all of our shows, as well as a couple other projects that Queen and I are in. And a lot of fun. And while you're there, please subscribe.
Please do.
Also, you know what? Because you're worth it, Foxy 5 Jewelry. That's right, for you and or someone special. So go ahead and get a hold of Monica Wright on Facebook, or go to her website at www.foxy5jewelry.com.
That's right.
Analytics from last week.
Hey.
How about the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, Germany, Poland, Africa, Ireland, France, and Aussie. Way down under. Thank you, folks. Appreciate you.
Yes, we do. In fact, hey, if you're watching this live, I want you to know that Smooth and myself, we love and appreciate you. And if you're watching this later on an archive, that too.
That too. Oh, our love is everlasting.
Our love is everlasting. We love and appreciate you on this terrific Tuesday, the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. I do want you to know that you do have time to be kind and spread the word for someone else to come on in and get some of this super greatness we have in store for you. Before we get things going, you know what I like to do at this moment, right? You better believe it. That too. But what I'd like to do at this moment is I'd like to share some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. You know, the right thing with the wrong motive is the wrong thing. Point blank. I mean, wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. And in any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. I mean, after all, it's our choices that show who we are. So know that small steps in the right direction is better than big steps in the wrong direction. You hear me? That's right. Hey, and those are some motivational words, from the Queen Silvy Show to you, baby. That is right. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. Do the right thing. And excuse me, I'm going to do the right thing by giving some shout outs to my deserving kings and queens all over, like you, Simone Enterprise and Entertainment Company, and the Simone Family Foundation. A Journey Through Healing with Beatrice Crawford Daniels, Kinsley Patino, Queen Jenna, Queen Ashley, Follette Clark, and Kenneth Rouse.
Shout out to you.
The Helen Myers, Peace Myers, Corey and Casey Patino, and Joan Mercer.
Shout out to you.
To Queen Aaliyah, Asia, Tay, Maya, Camille, and Dejour.
Shout out to you.
To my grandsons, including that great-grandson of mine's DJ, Omari, Jonathan Jr., and Tyron.
Shout out to you.
To Jonathan Easley, Lee Allen, Wade and Cynthia, LP and Cynthia, Wade and Katrina. She was going to be like, who is Melvin and Teresa? Hey.
Shout out to you.
To Queen Sonia, Kaki, Shanika, Brianna, Alana, and Precious.
Shout out to you.
To Nancy, Delia, and Chrissy from Fort Worth, Texas.
Shout out to you.
I think, I really do. I need to clear my throat. One moment, please.
Woof, woof. Meow. Moo.
That feels good. Don't knock it till you try it. That's right. Shout out to Kelly and Ryan and the All-American Boys, Matt and Tracy and the All-American Girls.
Shout out to you.
To Pamela Anderson, Patricia Wilhelm McGiffin, C. Shorty Franklin, Renita Easley, Gold Rosa, Pam Bailey, and Donna Ferry.
Shout out to you.
To my good friends in Africa, Amy Kanima, Webster Rito, Hostile Flow, Hero Boy, and Princess Ariel Lua.
Shout out to you.
Sabrina Williams, Pinky Herman, Sassy Savage, DJ Team Broke 100, and Robin Taylor.
Shout out to you.
To my good friends in United Kingdom, Beth Lambert, Nicola Jones, Bethany Jones, and Kay Cross.
Shout out to you.
To Lorenzo Gabaniza, Christine Lewis Anderson, James and Audrey, Series Edition, and Nana Linda Hartley,
Shout out to you.
Edith Verhook, Queen D. Brown, Sandra and Ben Johnson, Melody Gore Dobbs, Brian Pearson, Miguel Montavon, and my good friend, Joe Maz.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Hey, if you would love to be shouted out, if you have someone you love for us to represent and shout out, we will hook you up 3 days a week, every Tuesday, with the multiple award winning The Queen Silvy Show every Wednesday with Tim's Tidbits, special co host Larry E. out of Dallas, Texas, and again, every Thursday with the Now You Know Show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim. As we bring the best in live entertainment, talents, topics, and resources from around the world just for you. For you. Check out this resource. And when we get back, let's get it going because I have a fantastic guest just for you on The Queen Silvy Show. The Frida's Cleaning Service is a small family-owned business established in 2003. With over 17 years of professional, high-quality, and greatly satisfied service, Lafrida's Cleaning Service will get the job done. Specializing in sanitizing your home, business, post-construction, and commercial cleaning, no job's too big or small. See for yourself and give us a call, 567-249-9172. Lafrida's Cleaning Service. Our reputation is always spotless.
Well,
Hey, we are back on this terrific Tuesday. I hope you were kind to spread the word for someone else to come on in and get some of this super greatness we have in store for you.
I'm getting a little excited. We're getting on, Michelle, or Farrah Michell.
Because guess what? Did you know that you can remove your arrest and criminal record? You want a clean start by wiping off charges and convictions from your record? Well, with a highly successful rate of helping those in need nationwide. Now, that's a big word. Nationwide. Sharing the old and new laws, providing information, important information, and knowledge for you or someone you know. Live from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen of Law, nationwide expungement and exoneration lawyer, grant writer, author, owner, and founder. Owner, founder, CEO is her thing. Royalty, Diva Royalty LLC with Michell Law Firm. I introduce to you Farrah Michell.
Thank you so much for having me. Happy Tuesday.
I'm so glad you're here. I almost messed that up. I'm like, and she's an Avon salesperson. She's a Blake. She's doing so much. Let me just start to say that I am honored that you are taking the time to be here on the Queen Silvy Show. I do want to start out by saying you are amazing and a blessing. And not only for making a huge difference within the system, but for helping people of color that's caught up in the system. You feel me? Where's my audience? Audience, give it up to her. Yes.
Thank you.
I charge my audience every day, so we're ready to go. You know, we're going to learn a little bit about some laws as well as expungement and exoneration. But first, I'd like to share a little bit about the beautiful queen that's leaving a heck of a legacy with many accomplishments. So for someone just meeting you for the first time today, what would you like them to know about Farrah Michell?
I have a purpose. My purpose now is to help people get affordable housing, change their backgrounds. So they can have affordable housing, get grants for their business, and just get other opportunities. You know, with this new election coming, you know what's at stake. So we want to have a clean slate. So if we have to go into changing our career path, we have the opportunity now that was not granted to us, and it can be done in 30 days now with these new laws. So it's amazing, and people don't know anything about it. You know, so that's why I'm here to spread the word.
Good. You know, I think you're gonna be busy all summer long before that daggone November come around. What? Who knows what's gonna happen when November comes around? And don't get me started talking about that political stuff. I ain't gonna do it. But you know, using as many or as less words as you like. What words would you say best describe the Queen of Law?
Mother, ambitious. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning for my clients. You know, I'm always brainstorming at 3. Efficient. I know how to fight. You know, and I use federal law, which supersedes state law.
Right? That's what's up. So now,
So it's just a matter of I'm knowledgeable. I've done this for a while. I started off helping my mother, actually. Two of my brothers were locked up in Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. They had no bail. They were locked up for a whole year. My mom paid $10,000 for an attorney, and she was not getting her phone calls returned. They weren't getting bail. They were just sitting. It took a whole year. So I ended up going on MySpace, meeting different Jewish attorneys, and telling them I was a law student, and they would give me like different motions and different case laws. They told me one Corey Kupfer, I never forget him. He's a famous attorney out of Brooklyn. He told me start studying the UCC law and start studying USC law, Supreme Court appellate law. And I would learn that, and I start filing motions to suppress evidence, motions to suppress testimony. From there, that lasted about 3 to 4 months, and then from there, I did motions to dismiss. And a judge, Commonwealth, they can just make up a law as they're going through the court process. So the judge would just dismiss it. He wouldn't accept the motion. So finally, after time and time again, it took us 5 months, but they were able to be released with no bond and able to come home to my mom. So
wow.
I just couldn't see her after all her savings. She worked at the LA Times, like all her savings taken for this man to fight for her sons, and he did not. So it was my responsibility. I was third in line.
Go ahead. I'm proud of you for that. I mean, some people can try, but then they don't try again. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to just give up. But girl, I love your will. I love your strength and determination. You're also the owner and CEO of Diva Royalty LLL, which is located in Charlotte, North Carolina. Tell me about the business.
We have a party bus here. I'm co-owner of a party bus, which is pretty cool. We have a 16-passenger party bus. We do like girl getaways for the spa. We do weddings. We do wineries. We have like a wineries about 2 hours away from here. So we'll take you to 2 wineries. You spend the night, and my girlfriend has a glamping company. So you'll spend the night in her tent, and then we bring you back in the morning. So, and we do a couple of, night on the towns, and when the football games are here, that's when our hike season is.
That sounds fun, man. Shoot, I'm gonna
Yeah.
come there just to see what it be like. And this is something that you do also along with the attorney, the lawyer work. I mean, you're a busy woman doing a lot of things, and you're a mother, right? What do you
Well,
like doing?
toddler.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have grandchildren as a toddler. So I remember what that's like. You always got your hands full. But
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
also an Amazon author with a book
I
entitled
am.
Manifesting Bosses, a guide to grant approval and business funding. I have a picture
Yes,
of that
ma'am.
as well to show because, we want to come back and talk about that. I think that is so fantastic and helpful for so many people caught in a rut and don't know how. And sometimes there's people that know how that's not even going to tell you, not even going to show you or give you the knowledge that you need to go another step. You have that photo of that book. That is what it is. Tell me about that.
Okay, so basically, a lot of people don't understand that you have to have trade lines in order to even apply for grants and get approved. They have to see that you are grant eligible and you've been paying your taxes, you've got community service under your belt, and you have trade lines. That shows you are a legitimate business. It's just not, let me get an LLC and an EIN and I'm a business. No, it's more to it. So I give you a step-by-step guide on how to get your trade lines within 45 days, actually get a paydex score. I teach you, the basics of grant writing to know your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. To see how you differ from your competition and give you a little bit of marketing skills as well. And then on the flip side, if you want to just get loans until your grants come in, I show you how to get your business fully funded with banks and lenders. And then when your grants come in, they say 2 months later, you can just pay it off. So you can get instant capital within 45 days.
Mm, that's interesting right there, girl. Yeah, we will have you back on the show. That's great.
And I've had it for like a year and a half now.
All
Like
right.
I've done pretty well on it, but people they just don't want to read. I don't
Well,
know.
you know what? It's coming that time of the moment, but this is very beneficial if you want to stay above water the way things are right now. But I think that there is a shocking number of innocent people that's convicted and jailed. I mean, people of color in your state, my state, other states. I think that they're on a whole low level of fairness within the system. So, in your opinion, Farrah, what's wrong with the system, and what
Mm.
changes would you make to the criminal justice system?
Well, understand prison's a $1 billion industry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you make a phone call and you calling your electrical company, that could be a prisoner on the end of the line. They make things for the rodeo, like the saddles and all
Mm-hmm.
the horses, tilapia fish, name it. They pretty much make it in the prison, not including that. But you got to remember that on the flip side, your loved ones are paying core links and JPay, and that's a whole other industry of making finance
Right.
for the prison.
Right.
So again, and it doesn't take much to house you. Then the state pays up to $81,000 a year for one inmate.
Mm.
So I think it's more of 13th Amendment. If you ever remember that movie from the Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and free labor. You don't have to worry about paying for DOT because they're here to fix whatever you need to be fixed. I know people who basically every day they were able. One man, he was able to save up $50,000 in the state of North Carolina. $50,000. He was incarcerated for 12 years. But just imagine he went to work every day. Then in the afternoons he go to prison. Every day he went to work just like a regular civilian.
Wow.
So they had him on like a work release type of program?
Yes, sir. Yes. And now I just found out too. One of my clients, because I wanted him to see if his wife could go and speak to the governor about getting a pardon, because we passed the new prison reform, which I had a little bit of the work to do with, because when I did sign in my motions to like these smaller country towns,
Mm-hmm.
I would also send a copy of it to the governor's office. So, paying that certified mail, that's when people start listening. So I say December he pardoned 5 people, and currently he signed a reform to do more for releasing individuals and having rehabilitation. So once they get out, they don't have to go back in for recidivism.
Mm.
So yeah,
But it is interesting. You bring up a good point and made me start thinking when you started talking about JPay, and they also have pay to
Right.
stay in some of the. I mean, that is just like so crazy, and they suspend your license and these other issues that come along with it. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
how do they expect you to regain your foothold in society when they've made so many penalties on you?
Mm-hmm.
And I also agree. I think it's a lot of some of these prisons are privatized, and it's all about the money.
Right on.
exactly,
That's it. You hit that one on the nail. I mean,
exactly.
some state rules and laws is different than others, but you got your hand in all of it. Why do you even decide to do your work nationwide? That's a lot.
What I have experienced, and two, I use federal law, so that over supersedes most all states. I mean, I will say Virginia, you have to go to the chief justice of that county, and Kentucky, depending on your crime, how violent it was, they will give a little feedback.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like people don't know the laws, and if I don't help those that don't, especially in smaller,
Mm-hmm.
smaller states like South Carolina, Tennessee, those smaller states, they don't know what is accessible to them.
They
So
get
somebody has to get that word out
Yeah,
for
because
them.
they get caught up in that system.
The states that don't have as many opportunities for as a big city careers and jobs, so they are affected the most.
Mm. Now, for someone that's unaware, I mean, I think I know, but for someone that's unaware, explain expungement and exoneration.
All right, so expungements is all your records, and I'll tell you about the laws too. We'll
Mm-hmm.
start there. The new laws that was passed in January are the Penal Code 1109. That's for, I see on a lot on the East Coast. Have you heard of the RICO? A lot of people were charged with the RICO and they lost their gun rights. That law helps you get your gun rights back if you were charged with multiple felonies because of gang enhancements or corruption, or what they say, tax invasion, those type of laws. Then and that's more for your drugs too, possession with intent to sell, and the max amounts that they used. Then we also have the Penal Code 654, saying that you didn't have a fair jury selection. It was not a jury of your peers. They weren't of your culture. They were probably six guys from the mountain somewhere. They don't even know, anything about, the hip hop lifestyle or the culture or the disparity of what you chose to do to feed your family.
Mm.
Because that's nothing they have to, they don't have that same issue in their likelihood. Then the felony SB 81, that's for those that got long sentences, and that's where it goes also with exoneration. So again, for example, you might have something like a robbery, you got 11 years, and you're still caught in the robbery. And even in California now, they've changed the law with the SB 1140. I'm sorry, Penal Code 1147, 43. Excuse me, Penal Code 1143, where if you, I, and your engineer went in as a for a robbery. You decided to shoot someone. I was just an accomplice, and and the getaway driver was the engineer. Now, the getaway driver and myself, because we did not shoot anyone and we did not kill anyone, can now go back up for resentencing and get this removed off of us, or even be released from prison.
Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you never know what some clown friend of yours is going to pull, right?
Absolutely. That accomplice and that conspiracy and that accomplice is what a lot of people got extra years for, where they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Hanging with the wrong fool.
Yep. Yep.
That's
so too. I love how you say them penal code 1568 beat 19. She got that stuff down. And /2. I'm like, girl, go ahead. You know your stuff.
But I just want people to use Google, because know what we have available to us that most people don't.
Right.
Also too, the Racial Equality Act. That's if you felt like your prosecutor just used your old cases when you were 17, 18. Use those cases when you should have been sentenced based upon that current crime. If the defense attorney never had a strategy for you, just say, you know what, just take the plea, just go ahead and do this, and we'll plead you to another charge. At the end of the day, those charges add up. If you catch another charge a year later, now you have 6 charges. So when I use these, everything is dismissed, your full record.
That's what's
with
up.
exoneration, we're waiting on someone to come home in May, but it's been a little slow because, again, it's big business. But we do have a team of different exoneration agencies that will write support letters and make phone calls. And it's a process. I always say you have to have a good family support in order to get this done. But yeah,
and patience.
Yeah, most definitely.
Let me roll you back just a minute, because we talked a little bit about the hardships that an individual who's wrongfully imprisoned and the financial sufferings he can encounter from it all. Now, do you do pro bono, or how do you recover your costs, or is it gauged on the individual?
Well, I'm affordable. I won't say pro bono because I'm still paying my student
I saw your eyebrow move when he said that. You was like,
I was just curious.
No. I'm affordable. So, like, for my exonerations, I charge $300. If you have for the expungements, if you have less than 3 charges, is $175. More than 3, I charge $325.
Ooh, that is affordable.
You're reasonable.
Are you kidding?
Very reasonable. Very. I feel, because one expungement can be up to $1,200. Yeah, and that's just using an attorney, and it's not guaranteed, because a lot of attorneys don't even know about these new laws.
Wow.
Mine is guaranteed.
I'm liking
I will
that.
fight, even if I have to civilly. What I mean? We'll take them to court civilly, and they don't want that.
So I think that, now I don't know all the states, but I think that in Texas, and probably some other states too, with the proper forms, they follow the instructions and they complete, like for Texas, their Texas expungement without hiring an attorney. But, tell these people why, including those in Texas, why they need you. Why not try it for themselves, but come to someone who really knows the ins and outs.
Because they'll deny you once or twice. They don't want to, and they'll take your fee.
Right.
You might as well get it right the first time. You only have one chance to get it right. And once they take your fee, now you have to come again. It's like a discouragement. Like, oh, I didn't do it right. I'm just forget it. And now come November, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
So if you're gonna shoot right.
But not all incidents are eligible for expungement. But am I right about that? And is
But now with these new laws, the whole record can be cleaned. The
okay?
whole record can be cleaned.
Is there any
Giving
acts
you a
of?
second chance. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
They give you a second chance. They understand that, inflation is high. People need to find somewhere to reside. A lot of times men that have these records have to live with women and go through all this PTSD because they can't go and get their own place. So they're trying to stop that, because then that just makes them go, and when they break up, where are they going to go now? Now they're homeless. They're trying to end that part of being homeless.
So when somebody come to you, is there any acts of convictions that disqualifies an expungement or exoneration?
No.
Everybody is open to and qualified to go for this.
And right, I deal with nothing but habitual. Again, I do nothing but violent crimes, murder, robberies, violent crimes, multiple violent crimes.
And you are a beautiful woman, a queen of color. Do you ever get some of them, the males, maybe even some females that want to look at you like you think you are? You ever get somebody that want to be hating on your success? On your
I get those. No, let me tell you what I get. I get the uncoachable clients. I do not lie, and don't follow my instructions on how to do things. So I have to be stern, or they twist my words, and I'm saying, "No, sir, I didn't say that. This is what I said." And
some of them, that's why they're there in the first damn place.
That
what
part.
they say, right?
Because they can't follow instructions.
That part. But we have a great success rate, and I'm just happy to help people. And I just can't wait till like another month when people come back and say, "Girl, I got a new job. I bought a new car because I'm making more money now." You know what I mean? I want to see this, and I've gotten some testimonies back too from a few people, but I want to see the men. They've been women,
right.
But I want to see the men and see what really is going to change. And they've been to federal prison, like those type of. I want to get one that said, "Hey, you changed my life in 3 weeks." You know what I mean? Because in North Carolina, we can do it in 3 weeks.
Right.
Normally, it takes 30 days, but in North Carolina, we can do it in 3 weeks.
Let me ask you this. If you came across an individual that wanted representation and you just looked at the case and said, no thanks.
If my plate was too high, I would say, "I can't do it now. Reach out to me in 2 weeks." But I mean, this is my mission. We're going to just pray on it, and God will show me what I need to know. And I'm even teaching my daughter, like, how to look up penal codes and how to look up state Supreme Court cases. So between
Hashtag team.
we'll get it.
I guess you're right. Everybody deserves to have representation, even if they may be guilty as it gets.
That's right. Okay.
Who are we to judge?
Right. Exactly. That's what I mean.
So before taking on a case, what information or documents do you require? What do you need to get it going?
I need a certified transcript from the arresting agency, because a lot of times they need the actual stamp on it. A lot of times you can call your county clerk office and they'll either email it to you. You don't have to even go down there, but there is cases where you might have to go down, depending on, how big the county is. But like you said, Texas, they're pretty, because of that COVID, it's such a large state, you should be able to call the county and get it sent in.
So am I correct that, like, speaking of Texas, someone has done a crime, they've been expunged, and, Texas, they walk around in Texas like the Western days with their guns. Will this person be able to get their CCW?
Apply for gun rights, yes.
They will?
That's where that Penal Code 1109 comes in.
You going that
That's
Penal
what
Code
that
1109. You read that damn Penal Code 1109 said that.
But yeah, you can go back to the ATF and apply for your gun rights. Yeah, I know, but it's a certain process. Because again, you got to remember, you don't want to pay those filing fees. It's all a loop. So you got to know exactly what you're doing and how to do it.
So what happens if a judge denies it?
It depends on how violent your crimes were. But 99.9%, you're able to get it. Yes, ma'am. I've seen it happen.
So can you get expunged like more than once in a lifetime? Like, 5 years ago I got in trouble and I got expunged, and down the line it happens again? Or is it just you can?
Anything on your record now can be taken off.
Oh, I am
Just
so
say
digging this.
Just say, this is how I tell people, we're shedding our skin.
Okay. I like that.
Here's what I'm thinking though, like in Ohio and Texas and some of these, I think they don't even require permits anymore. So I think if you've got your stuff expunged, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, North Carolina's the same way too. You don't need anything now. You could just go get fingerprinted and that's it.
Okay, so someone has gotten that expungement, which is worth the celebration, the feeling of freedom. You can go out now and take your purpose and do something with your life, like a job or a home. But does this expungement record show up on the background check?
Once it's done, it's publicly sealed.
Mm.
It's done.
So
That's why they make you even now they make you go through so much to make sure everything is right. The Pinot's gold got to be right. Sometimes they send them back and say, "Oh, we're missing this one, or this you should have used the docket number instead of the case number." They always have little intricate, but once that second round goes, it's done.
Mm.
It's done. Of course, you got to remember they try to make you quit. They don't want you to go ahead and continue the process.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna try
It's a
you.
deterrent. That's why I'm here because it is a deterrent. But I mean, in a month, things that has been on your back for 11, 12 years, you serve prison time for. Why should you still even have to deal with this? Why you shouldn't even have to explain this?
Right.
I
So
know people who got stuff on theirs from the 1999.
wow. How does
Yeah.
that feel when when someone comes out, the gate opens, they're free, and you've now provided them with the papers, and don't that feel good to know that you've done that? I mean, that
It's
has
like,
to
I can
be
give my
like
life back.
right.
I can give my life back.
I
It,
had a couple people. I didn't get it, when it comes, I'm going to send it to you because I know a couple people who are incarcerated, and I was like, yeah, guess who I got on my show, and they were like, I got a question to ask her. I got another question to ask her. So when they come, I thought the phone call would have came. You have a collect call from, but I think maybe they're mailing it. But when it does, I do want to share that with you because I think that is important.
sure.
That gives people hope. When
Yes,
they get
sure.
that
And they
there.
can fight their own case. They can get back in court too.
Mm-hmm.
A habeas corpus allows you to get back in court if you feel like you were. And then they have plenty of innocent projects. Like I have one client, we're working with the Innocent Project, but he has his own DNA to show that he was not there. One time he was in county jail while they were saying he was doing a safe break in. The man was in county jail. It was back in the 90s, it wasn't
Right.
like computer.
Right.
But yeah. And then another thing
Unbelievable.
why I really like doing this work too, something just popped in my head is one of my clients told me that it was a grandfather, a father, and a son all incarcerated at the same time in the same place.
Mm.
Can you imagine that?
Mm-hmm.
Have your family.
Well, I mean, it's not a good thing, but yes, I can. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody is angels, but I have 5 brothers, and yeah, a couple of them have been in the system and with cousins, but you know what? That's the system.
You know what
is
I kind of
messed up.
believe, and I look at it in this regard. It's kind of like what they do when you file bankruptcy. What is it? 7 years after bankruptcy, if you have it clean, they just wipe it. Same thing with somebody that gets out of prison. Let's say 7 years, and if you're clean for 7 years, let your records get sealed, and you have
Not for everybody
opportunity.
though, right?
Why not? After 7 years and you're clean, I mean, obviously you've been rehabilitated.
Right.
So once you're expunged and that application says, "Have you ever been convicted of a crime?" I can say no.
You can check no. That's correct.
I can honestly say no, and boop.
See, I think that should
It's
be,
done.
that should be available, at least in a time period,
I like
not
that.
necessarily having to go through the steps and the hoops that you have to help people go through.
So when you're dealing with the murderers and on that criminal stuff, what percentage is men and what percentage is women? Do you help women as well?
Of course. Of course, I'm gonna help women because they got the children.
Right?
And then let me tell you another reason why I'm about this too, and I would say it's majority men, of course, but these women that are out here, they have multiple children. They're getting a lot of DSS cases, child protective service cases because they're overwhelmed. They're trying to pay for the father to do core links to talk to these children, and still have a sense of fatherhood in their life. They're paying all these bills, and the daddies need to be home. Look at this sexy red stuff. The daddies need to be home, bro. lifetime parole. We're fighting for him now, but he on lifetime parole.
Mm.
That means every month he gets his check, he's got to pay them. But he did his crime back in 2000. You know how much money that is? So they still making money while you on probation and parole.
See, that's the thing that gets me irked. Is
Right.
exactly what you're talking about.
Wow.
And it's the same thing if they owe child support. Now this guy's in rearages for how long? Well,
I
you
try
had
to
him
help
in
guys
you
with
had him in
rears. If your
frickin'
child's
prison
over
for 5 years.
That's
I'm
sad.
sorry, but if your child is over 18, I can't help you with child support. I
Wow.
can't with the rears.
Mm,
That's something we would have to talk about.
that's
But it's
crazy,
getting
but you
late
know,
here, y'all. It is on Eastern time, and you know, with this time going back, it's gonna be a little bit hard to get a little lady up in the morning. So I would love to continue at another time, but I have got to get on in
Well,
the bed.
you know what? Your timing is on my time because I was just going to say, is there anything that you wanted to add about expungement or exoneration before we go?
Just have all your paperwork ahead of time. I do want to say one little thing: how to know how to deal with the police. You know, don't smoke and drive, don't drink and drive. If you have a problem with them, understand that there is such a thing called the Brady Law, that you can't sue them civilly on the back end. So just be cordial and govern yourself correctly, and just be coachable. And that's just and that's my life general lesson on anything. Be coachable.
All right.
And everything else is gonna fall in place. Oh, and every Monday I do on my Instagram I do a Know Your Rights segment. So definitely tune into that because I'm gonna give a lot of jewels.
Well, tell everybody how you can be followed on social media and also how they can go and obtain that book, Manifesting Bosses, a guide to grant
Sure.
approval.
I'm sorry. You can go on Dividend on Instagram, Dividend DIVIDEN Queen. And you can click my link right there. It'll take you right to my page where you can purchase all my books. I have 4 books actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
I
busy
have 4
girl.
books.
Woo, doing some things. Yes. Yes. Like I said, I appreciate you taking the time because you do a lot of things. Bless your heart. And we look forward to having you back on the Queen Silvy Show. But until we do, we're going to spread the word and I'm going to pop that book out as well for others to get it. And yeah, we'll be in touch with you.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this meeting tonight.
I thank
and I
you.
hope you guys have a wonderful day tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Have a great night.
You too.
Thank you. Bye.
there we go.
That was really great.
That was excellent.
That was a lot of information that I surely did not know, and I know a lot of people did not know that information. You need to go and
About
get
the 1109 and the 654 and nope.
They're
All
just
going to go to the replay so they can catch up with exactly
because I know that,
or give her a call, make it even simpler if you really need to know.
Set up an appointment and get yourself in tune because I know everybody knows somebody that's incarcerated, been incarcerated, going through some stuff. You know, she once mentioned that, you know, some of these laws are older than civil old laws, and we need some new laws, and hopefully we gonna be safe by when November gets here. Lord have mercy. We don't know. So get busy on it right now. She is the queen of law, doing some things that she know her stuff. So hey, get with Farrah Michell Law Firm. That's what's up.
You know, coming from the other side of the ship, so to speak, you know, being law enforcement, and I would always kind of get confused at times, especially, you know, we had this conversation. It's just like, you know, they had to pay to stay. So they incarcerated an individual for, let's say, a DUI. And now his license is suspended. He's doing time in jail. He's doing his pay to stay. And now he's going in rearages, right? Mm-hmm. So I got suspended license, or, you know, maybe I can't work. You know, and now I got, you know, because I've been in jail for 2 weeks before they got me in the work release. I mean, it's crazy, and the whole cycle, and I don't and they wonder why a person, you know, continues to get themselves in trouble. Well, my God,
Right.
you've dug such a hole for these people.
Yeah, but the system is wrong, Smooth. It is wrong in so many ways. You know.
That's why I was, you know, very cognizant of what was going on and how I was handling individuals. You know, if I knew I was going to have to effect an arrest, it's like, you know, this is going to screw some shit up for you. So, you know, Let's think this through.
Hey, it's a process, nevertheless, and I tell you what, the Queen of Law, Farrah Michell, is here to make a difference. I'm telling you, get the help that you need. Her prices are so affordable. Gee, many crickets. I thought it was going to be like, oh, well, you got to sign your house over. And there are some attorneys out there that'll take advantage and do that very thing. So you need to get with the right person who has passion and purpose on what she's doing and is exceptional.
Did you say 300 for expungement, 175 to exonerate the various...
I'm going to pass it around
so
to
far ahead
people.
of the game, it's not funny. That's a worthwhile investment.
It is
folks.
indeed. I'm going to pass it around to a few people. You do the same and pass it around to her. She is nationwide and she ain't scared of nobody. What? Bring it. Bring it. She know her stuff. But hey, on this terrific Tuesday, I thank you for taking the time and being here, listening in, watching, and getting this super greatness. Pass the information around. We will put some information so that you can connect with the Queen of Law, Farrah Michell, indeed. Smooth. Tell everybody how we can be followed.
We can simply be followed by going to www.thequeensilvyshow.com or simply go to YouTube and in the search engine again, type in The Queen Silvy Show and you'll get the results of all of our shows as well as some other projects that we're working in.
Oh, we're doing so much.
If you missed anything that Farrah talked about tonight, you can catch up with it on that YouTube channel.
That's right.
And while you're there, please subscribe.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is what it is because you know that I've been fasting today. Yeah, a cup of tea was all that I've had, and now it is time to eat some food and feed my face. Yes,
I've been kind of slow today, so I'm slowing. So,
well, we're gonna go smash right now.
We'll go smashing.
Whatever you're doing today, make the most of your day. Be safe out there. Stay positive, and until
let's go smashing. Yeah, next week. Same Queen time,
That's
same
right.
Queen station. We shall holla.